Right, what is a firewall? In networking, firewall is a device that can decide whether to allow the traffic that is trying to come inside our network or to deny the traffic. High-end firewalls can decide whether to allow it or deny it by looking very deep into a packet and knowing what application, what user or which user, and what type of traffic, and it can even prevent zero-day attack. Yeah, I would like to make it more clear for you. There is one bad fellow coming to me. How I know he is a bad fellow? Because I have seen that pattern before. Though this person is a new person for me, I still know that the one who is approaching me is a bad guy. The pattern, the appearance. காதில் ஒரு கம்பல் போட்டுட்டு இருப்பான், நல்லா நீட்டமாக மீசி முறுக்கின்னு இருப்பான், முடியை பெருசாக வளர்த்துட்டு இருப்பான், சில சமயம் கிழிஞ்ச பேண்ட்டு கிழிஞ்ச சட்டை கூட போட்டிருப்பான், ஃபேஷன் சொல்லுவான். These are all the pictures of a bad person in my mind. So when I see such people approaching me, I go in an alert mode. Likewise, we have a firewall and this is connected to internet, and this side of the firewall is your network. Let me call it as inside, outside. Inside you don't have any problem. You trust all the traffic. But when a traffic comes from outside, that is where the problem starts. That is where we need to analyze, inspect, and then allow. See, we all study in good schools, good college. We might have not seen that bad people. So we don't have any experience of what the world is about. When you come out of the college, that is where you really see the real world. So it is very difficult to judge people. My beginning days, when I was passed out from my college, though I was a master degree, I had 2 master degree. After that only I came out to the world, 1 UG, 2 PG. But I was not exposed to the world. How many people cheated me, how many lakhs I lost. It was too much. Because I did not know the pattern. How people will nicely talk and take our money, how people will nicely talk and fool us. I was not knowing the pattern. I was like on router. Just packet wants to go to a destination, okay, route it. But when we keep a firewall is full of patterns. We call it signatures. So when a traffic comes, it will match with the signatures, patterns. And if that signature, the pattern matches with, let's say, Tarzan virus, firewall can stop it. Firewall knows that it's a Tarzan. It's a virus traffic. It's not a normal traffic. A virus is trying to go to a destination called, let's say, 30001. In your office, you have a server. A virus is trying to enter. Firewall knows that this is a virus. But a normal router will not know. Normal router will be like a pass out, college pass out, thinking everything I know. I know. Everything I know. My parents, they don't know anything. I only know everything. But they know nothing. At least parents have got some exposure to the world. Though they don't know computer, because in their days no computer. They don't know computer. But they know all the other thing. These children learning computer from parents' fees and saying, you don't know anything. What do you know? Asking question to parents. What do you know? Only we know. And getting fooled by the public people. Third person. That is how a router is. A firewall is a matured, always experienced, knows what is what. That is firewall. So when someone talks so nicely, firewall say, hey, இதுக்கு தானே நீ இந்த மாதிரி பேசுற, இப்படி நேமத்தில் தானே நீ ட்ரை பண்ற, I will not allow you inside my brain. I won't accept you as a person. Out. That is what I mean, application. Sometimes, traffic will say, I'm a telnet traffic. But the pattern says it is not really a telnet. Inside it is a virus. Outwardly looks like a telnet traffic. If it is a normal router, it will think it is a telnet traffic and allow. But when a firewall sees the traffic, it say you are not telnet, you are just pretending like telnet. You are a cheat. You are trying to spoil my network. That is firewall. Yeah. So I'm talking about the high class firewalls, the top one firewalls. Not all firewalls are this intelligent. The top firewalls can do these things. Application IDs, user IDs, content IDs. It can even read the content and say, I will not allow this traffic. The traffic may be coming from honorable, legitimate person. But firewall will say, no, the content inside is not good. I am not going to allow this. Though it is coming from an allowed person in the organization, because the content is not good, I am not going to allow it. A firewall can do. See, the access list that you learned in the router makes a router to act as a firewall. But the problem with the access list is it can only match the IP address and the port number. Nothing more than that. Can an access list match with application or a content or a user? No. Even though you claim to be a firewall when you enable an access list on a router, that's not a complete firewall. The real firewall will not judge the book based on the outward cover. It will see the content inside and say this is a good book. Not just by outside. See, if you go to Hikim Badams in Chennai or wherever, I don't know whether it is still there, Hikim Badams. But there are a lot of good book centers if you go. The binding looks so nice. Price is also too high. Attractive color, binding. Sometimes I buy it. And then when I start reading, oh my God. All outdated thoughts written inside. Waste of money. Like 2,000, 3,000 rupees they sell one book. But when we read, it is not even worth of 20 rupees. But a firewall can scan thoroughly and decide whether to allow this traffic or not to allow. So I hope you understood the difference between a normal router and a firewall. Firewall not only routes the traffic, you can enable EIGRP, you can enable OSPF, you can enable RIP. You can write a static route in a firewall. Along with the routing job, Additionally, it can do what? This type of inspection. All right. Do you want to ask any question on firewall now? Do you have any question? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a firewall on a ASA firewall on a packet tracer, a Cisco's firewall. Cisco's firewalls are not that popular, okay, compared to other vendors. Cisco's firewalls are not that popular. There are wonderful firewalls vendors like Palo Alto, FortiGate. Now, you see when you click on these devices, here this one. You see there are two type of firewalls here. I'm going to drag and drop this. Maybe it is too tiny for you. I will zoom it. You see, this is called Adaptive Security Appliance, ASA. Application, Adaptive Security Appliance. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a switch to the left and the right, and I'm going to show you reachability. It's not that easy, okay? I'm not expecting you to do this lab. I'm just showing you a sample. This is not a security course. I'm just showing you a sample of how to configure a firewall. Done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the IP address here, 10.0.0.1/8. And on the firewall side, I'm going to put 10.0.0.10/8. And the firewall should be configured with zones. So this interface, I'm going to put it in zone called in. And this side, I'm going to have 20.0.0.10/8 zone called out. I'm going to assign these IP addresses and configure two zones and put this interface in zones. Yes, that is how firewall works. You have to create a zone and put this interface as a member of that zone, and then put IP address. And this PC is going to have 20.0.0.1/8. All right, let me start from the left. This is an easy configuration. We all know how to configure a PC. 10.0.0.1 and 10.0.0.10. That's the IP address on the firewall. That's the gateway for this PC. I told you a firewall can be a router. Then IP config. Okay. Let me also finish this PC. 20.0.0.1 20.0.0.10. Okay. What next is we are going to bring this interface up and put the IP address. See, if you know the router, it's the same command here, firewall. Enable. I think password is Cisco. CISCO. Admin. ADMIN. Oh, there is no password. Simply hit enter. Okay, next is what? You can give a host name. Same like if you know router, It's same commands, you see. Name is changed. Now let us go to the interface G1/1 and say no shutdown, and then see, this is the command, zone name, name if, actually that's the syntax. Name if in is the zone name, and security level is 0. Actually we want security level to be 100, meaning that's a trusted side. No, we trust. G1/1 is where it is inside, it's your organization, you trust. So I give security level 100. 100 means you trust. 100 means there is no need for inspection on that side. And now put the IP address 10.0.0.10.255.0.0.0. Now let us configure the other side. Interface G1/2, no shit, name if out. Outside we don't trust, so security level 0 is good, so that only when you allow traffic will come in. Simply it cannot come in. Even though there may be a route, traffic will not be allowed to pass through until you permit. IP address is 20.0.0.10.255.0.0.0. Done. Let us verify. See the routing table. Okay, here write to memory will not work. You need to say copy run start. That's the command it will work. It won't work when you type WR. Maybe write to memory may work. Yes, write to memory works. WR won't work. Now check the routing table, show IP route, or so no need to put IP. Show route, that's it. You see you have a routing table. And it says this network is connected to the inside zone on this interface. And this network is connected to outside zone on this interface. So far good. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Now I'll try to ping from here 10.0.0.1, it will ping. It's directly connected via switch, it is pinging. It's not passing through the firewall. The traffic is originating from the firewall and going inside. Likewise, you can also ping 20.0.0.1. This will also, it will ping it. But what will not happen is, if I ping from here to 20.0.0.1, it won't ping. Why? The firewalls won't allow until I write a policy and say allow it. Yeah, I need to allow it. I need to write policy. I need to write access list. Only then it will allow. Otherwise, it won't allow. Very strict. Even though there is a route, it won't allow. So, what do we need to do? We need to write an access list and attach it. Writing access list is not that easy like your router. This is totally different. Access list, IP access. Yeah, here it is. Access list. Give a word. I'm saying out to in. I'm allowing the traffic from out to in. Any name you can give. Don't think I'm giving zone name. So let me give different name. Access list permit in, something like that. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to allow. Whom you want to allow? You want to only allow ICMP, then you say only ICMP. Or you want to allow any protocol, you can also say any. I'm going to say permit IP coming from any source going to any destination. That's it. Now you cannot go and attach it in the interface. It is here only. Access group. Specify the name of the access list per-in, and I want to allow this inside. and this is traffic coming from outside. Out. On the interface, which interface it is coming? I need to see the name. G12 1/2. Okay, no need of G1/2. Just give the name of the zone. That's it. You see, this is how we bind. We don't go under the interface and bind. We do it in the global. I don't want you to get confused with all these things. Just I want to give you introduction to firewall. That's why I have brought you here. Now, we have written the access, means a policy permitting. Now if I ping, the ping will happen. Let's go to the ASA firewall and check why this is not pinging. Show access list. Okay, here this is the access list we wrote. Extended permit IP any to any, but there is no head count. There is no packet so far head count. Show access group. Show I said permit this one. Okay, I think I made that mistake here. This is wrong. So I have to say access group permit on the inside interface, you see, inside interface, the traffic that is coming on the outside zone. So I need to say out. This is zone name. That is in direction. Okay, that's the mistake. Copy, run, start. Now I'm expecting this ping to happen. It pings. So unless you permit, like a router, it won't allow you to ping because there is a root. You see there are 4 packet hit count. So I just shown you a sample of what a firewall is. When you go to the security track, this is where it will start, right? Any question? Okay, tomorrow I'm going to take you to another security feature called syslog and SNMP. See you in the next class.